be my friend in the end. Yeah, you listen to the voice of Brandon ROOTZ inside Funtastic Friday here at New Start 93 FM. This one titled Be My Friend, recorded live at Tuff Gong Studios, Kingston, Jamaica. Go on, take a listen. We're going to talk to the artist in a few. Would you still be my friend? Would you still be my friend? You still be my friend. Even if it seems so hard to believe. Yeah, my time was up. Would you remember the good times we shared? Yes, that is it. That is it. We have in studio today with us Brandon ROOTZ. Swagger boss.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, listen to me. Where you get this voice from? This voice sound like, I don't know, it's like a rich soul country. Where you get that voice from? Where do you hail from?
From California, the northern part.
You hear him say, people? People there, California. Wow, so that's the accent. You have the voice in there and everything. This would be a soulful reggae song, but I can also hear what you'd call that genre country as well, like that, or is it just the accent?
Maybe it's just the accent.
Maybe it's just that. So, all right, how would you describe your music? Are you strictly reggae right now?
Honestly, no, I'm not.
Right.
But it's the main vibration. It's like the theme of the vibe coming from the record I'm working on.
From the record you're working on.
In this live at Tuff Gong album, the live one with Earl Chinna Smith, guitarist for Bob Marley and the Wailers, and a few other of the, it's got the Naya Bingi.
Yeah.
But then even one of the songs on it's actually a country song. But I'd say this one would be more probably like a ballad pop.
Yeah, ballad pop.
And it's moving with the Naya Bingi. So this is just the live version. So soon you'll get the studio cuts.
Okay, wonderful. So we definitely want to look out for that and listen out for that. So Brandon, welcome to New Start 93 FM. Welcome to Funtastic Fridays. Give us an introduction. How long have you been doing music? What's your musical experience like?
Yeah, so I started playing piano at the age of 5.
Yeah.
And always had a natural gift by playing by ear.
Yeah.
So that's how it all started. And then eventually I moved into the guitar. Eventually, and I was playing a lot of like the classic rock, you know, you have Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
And Bob Marley was kind of in that.
Yeah.
In that ballpark of when the music was coming then, you know? And so that is kind of what got me going. Then eventually I started composing my own music. And
at what age would you say you started the composition of your own music?
Even at the age of 11 or 12.
Wow, so you were still young, pretty young.
And I was written into a national guitar magazine.
Wow, at that young age?
Yeah.
So
I could play anything.
So you were born in like a musical family, your aunt, your uncles, everybody?
No, not really.
Wow, listen, that is definitely what you call a talent then, yeah? Wow. And from then, what would you say would be the movement, how you got into reggae? Because you say you started off, it wasn't just reggae music you started in.
No, honestly, it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't know too much about all these great, talented Jamaican artists because I was kind of more into, like I said, the classic rock. But Bob Marley you would hear his songs come even to the classic rock radio because he was almost in that.
So you'd get a couple of Bob Marleys in here.
And then I started to vibe more to Bob Marley's music.
Yeah.
and then I wrote a song that sort of was like a dedication song for him that I had written. And something happened, like spiritually there was a connection, you know? And somehow it led me into my path. That is why I'm here. So it's a spiritual revolution that we're fighting. And the ultimate goal is to bring positivity. Like we're in this world with all this negative things going on and, you know, manipulating the people and causing people to have hatred and judgment upon one another when now more than ever, the people need to unite. You know, the people need to give each other a chance before you say something isn't good.
Right. And I definitely would agree with you on that as well. I mean, because, the good people out there, they're usually wanting to be quiet and be calm and not do anything about anything. But trust me, the people who are doing the bad and as you said, the misinformation, the pushing of violence and what, they are doing their thing every day. They're out there sending their message. So we want to ensure that we have enough positive music to counteract that.
But they also are hiding behind the curtain at the same time.
They'll do it creatively. They'll do it creatively, but we need to be. So
really, that's like the mission. Is like I said, it's the goal is to just be there, for whatever is bound to happen, and that's why I try not to watch the news and certain things too much, because there's so much negativity going on that I'm trying not to. You're not trying to soak up the negativity. Because I want to believe in a hopeful future. For the children, for the people, and so that's my mission with my music, is just to bring positivity and. Wonderful. I like that. I mean, and then since coming into the reggae spotlight, the positive music light that we've seen, you work with people like Luciano and so on. What has that experience been like for you? Oh, it's been great. Everything has been, a step further into the ultimate goal, which is to see the movement cross the finish line, right? And so we're still on that last lap, and still got to keep working, and but progress keeps showing. King Jammies was actually the first legendary, iconic name in the reggae that I started working with, and the music made all that happen, And then along the way, I even worked with Buju Banton, built some rhythms, held a vibe in the studio with him, done some recording, and also Sizzla is coming on a song soon, and I have a brand new project that's coming. With Earl Morgan, Brandon Roots, and the Heptones. We're bringing it back, and we're coming out with some new big hits. I'm telling you. Even the engineer that's working with me at Tuff Gong, he said, soon you're going to need security. He said, this thing's going to hit. It's going to shake the island, shake the world, but it's going to shake it with love and righteousness and bring back that source that was the reason that ever brought me here to this island. Listen to me, Brandon. I am just in awe with this type of music that you have brought here. Listen to me. You have this song right now. We're playing it in the background. Be My Friend. How did that come about? You wrote it by yourself? You were there at the studio? How did that come together? The song Be My Friend, I think it was written so everybody is in a relationship that might end sour. But at one point, you love that person more than you ever could. But then at one point, something went. People go on separate paths. But then you think at the end of the day, when you look back at the good memories, that there's no reason to have hatred for one another. Would you still be my friend? If there was something came between us, would you still be my friend? Yeah. Or even if for instance, being in the Ukraine and a bomb's the next thing is a war's happened, but you got into an ugly fight, or say someone betrayed you, but there's still always, I feel like, that love that you had at one point. So that's kind of what the reflection. And actually, the song was played at my grandma's funeral, and I was here in Jamaica working on getting ready for Rebel Salute with Luciano. I had a lot going on, and I never had made it back, but they played this song as they walked to my grandma's casket. So you were still a part of it, of that activity there. So you've definitely been, you said this one was a part of it was a full live album you did? Yeah, so it's 8 songs, and really, and there's the music video you can find on YouTube, so you can actually see us in there with the Naya Bingies live with everybody, and even there was no edits done, no tuning vocals, that's why it's just raw. And Roland McDermott, the engineer from Tuff Gong, he had mixed the song, and there's 8 songs total, and I'm putting out one every 2 weeks. And at first, I was just making it for YouTube, a video. But then when we walked out of there, it sounded so good. I said, well, why not we just turn it into a live album, Wow. So that's how it became to be.
So definitely you're actually moving forward with your music. You're on that path that you want to get to continue to spread the positive music out there. Now with that said, Blue Mountain, I saw a song for you here.
Yeah.
That's a part of the live studio, or
No,
this the new project?
This is the studio album. This was all done at Tuff Gong too, but because the live album, me and Earl Chinna Smith were on acoustic guitar, and you had the Naya Bingi drummer, and we did have a bass and keyboard, but the studio album is more like with the drum kit. You know, we had Kirk Bennett, you know, there on the drum, and Dean Fraser plays on. I didn't put horns on this song, but almost every song on the album has Dean Fraser with the trumpet and the trombone. Wow. So that's the difference between this is more of like an acoustic, just a live acoustic Naya Bingi vibe, but the studio thing will be more of the production. Yeah.
So for the studio album, tell us more about that. When is that set to release? Has it already been released? How many tracks for the studio album?
The studio album will have even probably about at least 15 songs. And there's so many songs I have where I'm like, should I put those on? But then I'm like, well, at least the next album, you got it. Yeah, it'll be good for there or theirs. But I'm really excited about this debut Jamaica album.
And you said it's set to release. When you have a release date?
It'll release within 2025 this year.
So this year you're putting it out.
But I haven't set an actual date. But we just put out the Blue Mountains, and I've kind of I've been working hard, man, like 8-hour days, and reaching out to everybody, blasting the link out, working with different PR people, like big up Susan from Powerhouse Global Media, you know, for bringing me in here today, and been working with so many different people. The editor-chief of Rolling Stone magazine's writing an article about me and the Rolling Stone's Argentina division. And then the song's been added into some Spotify playlists in Germany, Switzerland. So I'm just pushing the thing as far as I can worldwide. And we've now reached over 450,000 views within a week's time. Wow. And it's going to be hitting over the million mark, because I figured out a way to work with I'm working with the Google specialists, and so we're forming the strategy. But we got the millions of views coming, and the watch hours are showing, so it's all 100% real people are seeing the thing. So
Blue Mountain, what is the song actually about? Tell us about the story for Blue Mountain.
The Blue Mountains. So my good friend, and he's like a brother to me too. Ronnie Fisher, he's actually out there listening there in Santa Rosa, California. So big up the people out in Santa Rosa. And he visited Jamaica, and we were working on this other song that also made it on the album that we had written together. And so the other song was Rain and His Love, and we recorded it out here in Tuff Gong with Dean Fraser with all the bells and whistles. But he came to visit that time, and we went up to the Blue Mountains. So he kind of had the idea and wrote this poem, because he writes a lot of poems, and then we started turning them into song. And so then we started working on the song. His poem was The Blue Mountains Man, and then I came in and added my twist and added the music, and that's how the idea came. So big up Ronnie Fisher for bringing this thing to life too.
Big up Ronnie Fisher. If you're listening, you like the music so far, let us know your comment. Let us know your views on Instagram Live, on the WhatsApp line. We're going to go ahead to drop this one for you, Blue Mountain. Be sure to check out the video on YouTube. The artist is Brandon ROOTZ. Trust me, I do love the sound, the clarity, and it has that rich soul. He has a deep voice, you know. You're hearing him on the radio. He has a deep voice. You wouldn't expect it at first, but that's there in the music as well. So listen to this one right here for Fantastic Fridays, New Start 93 FM. It's titled Blue Mountain, and the name of the artist is Brandon ROOTZ. Take a listen. Let me know what you think.
Can you smell the coffee brewing in the heat of the Blue Mountain? The Blue Mountain frost upon I'm walking down the hill, burning high-grade herbs now from his feet. So many people try to take away his land.
You're listening live on New Start 93 FM.
Lightning strike them, he is the Blue Mountains man. I said the Blue Mountain.
Yeah.
Blue Mountain.
Pull up. Brandon ROOTZ. Listen to me. No, sir. Where you find what was it like putting this together? Like you recording this in studio, you do a line like that, like a bloom. What the vibe like the studio? What?
Oh no, the vibe every time is the vibe is the glory, and that's why I don't know. It's that spiritual connection. That's why it's like Tuff, Gong. Mm-hmm. It's my happy place to be, and something happens, because you're in the presence of a place that the king was,
I think Bob Marley said it best. There's a natural mystic flowing through the air,
and so something happens to going there. It just feels at home, and then you just let the Almighty take over.
Wow, definitely an inspiring track here, Blue Mountain. I like the nostalgia it brings. You're feeling yourself up on the mountain, cool breeze, and you see a Rasta man walking down the hill. I like it. You paint the picture well, Brandon. Listen to me. There's only higher heights for you, So you're working on other tracks for this album. You still have something to record, or you finished your recording already?
I've finished a good amount of the recording, but I still have several that I'll bring the full band on. Yeah. And then just recently, this whole new project that I'm working on, the Brandon ROOTZ and the Heptones with Earl Morgan, and he's the man that started the group, the Heptones, so he has all the rights he's the Heptones, because there's no other Heptones. Mm-hmm. And so I'm excited about that whole project, which I might even include that single on this record, but we're even talking about doing a full length album. Wow. And that one's kicking, man, because I feel like that's even, I love that rock steady sound. So the first song we did, because I'm trying to take it back. That. And the crazy thing about it is I see it even going into a big market. Like how sometimes you hear these songs that kind of grab that nostalgic, but then you see it reach a high place.
No, I'm telling you,
excited for that.
Just your music is gonna propel. Now just make sure you're ready. You seem to be ready already, so let's make sure you're ready, because as you're working with the movers and shakers, and then you also bring that quality to it. So like when more people come into a place and probably just take up the great equipment, but they're not great at anything. You know what I'm saying? You don't really get that quality coming up. But when you're teaming up with the great and you have that great mindset to put out this music, it sounds good coming together. It's a great music.
And I produce all of the songs.
So you're in there.
So I'm my own producer.
Wow.
And I'm like conducting the bands. I'm putting my ear in, and sometimes you just go in and feel the way you want it to take a turn,
Wow, Brandon, listen to me. All right, so basically you said for the rest of the year, you're working on the rest of the album here. You're going to be working with the Heptones. Are we able to see you live, or is there any plans for you to do that? You said you were just at, Rebel Salute?
I was at the Rebel Salute last year when I was here the last time. Mm-hmm. And then now the ultimate goal is to tour the world. Yeah. So I have some people working on a few things, but I'm still just every single day, because when it's time, and I come here for 6 months at a time. This time, honestly, I don't want to leave until my thing is busted through the door. But it keeps getting closer, and progress keeps happening, and I have people looking into bookings and certain things. So the goal is just to keep it growing, and that's the ultimate goal, is to be moving around and spreading the love.
Well, as soon as you get some information on when the next performance will be, let us know so we can get it out to our people.
Oh, I will be performing in the grill with Earl Chinna Smith during Reggae Month. Woodstock.
Okay, so Woodstock next month coming up. People look out for that one, Brandon.
Yeah,
Earl will be there. Earl Chinna Smith. All right, so we definitely can look forward to that. Any big ups you want to send out there? Any shout outs to your team?
Yeah, to all the people out there listening in California. I'm sure that my dad's out there listening on the air. I'm sure my mom's out there listening on the air. My brother Ryan might be listening. Of course, Ronnie Fisher, he said he's got a bunch of people listening. And, I appreciate everybody for, without the people believing in what I'm doing, the music business is not an easy thing to accomplish. So I'm just very thankful that I'm able to continue doing what I love to do. I'm blessed that I'm able to see the thing rise to a certain level. And that's why my mission too, and bringing in the success, is to also, like, there's several artists that I have out here that I believe in too, but maybe just don't have that financial push even to be able to push their career properly. And I wanna become, you know, a figure in the music to help the artists in Jamaica that need the help, the ones with the talent, but just need that little push. And we're figuring out how to do it. Yeah. We're figuring out how to, by the time Brandon ROOTZ is coming, we're figuring out how to make a star.
Everybody in the okay, I like that.
So it's about giving back to the people.
Yeah, I mean, you're stepping up. You're taking some people up there with you. You know, getting some more spotlight for those who are not able to get the spotlight right now. So you're paving the path, making it a bit more accessible where you can. I like that.
And I'm learning a lot along the way, because I had to, you know, like, even if you go with a major record label, you could be spending a ton of money on things. But if you can do them yourself, like we're sitting down in my place, and sometimes I'm sitting there for hours on my computer, like that's my office. And then I seen the Rolling Stones feature coming from that, and then I was like, wow. You know, I'm putting in the work and the results are showing, so I'm just going to keep working. And there's no giving up. We made it too far, so we're just. And if it came so easy, it wouldn't be such a gift when it finally comes. And the goal is to try to, you know, stay humble and not, you know, remember what it was like, you know, living in Waterhouse, Kingston 11, and eating cup of noodle, because that's all you had that day. You know, you had to go through those things in order to understand and realize that everybody plays an equal part in society, and just because of money doesn't make anybody more than anyone out there contributing and doing what they do. You know,
there we go, people. Wonderful words of wisdom from Brandon ROOTZ. His tracks are out there now. He said the live album is out. Yeah, he's working on the studio production, so you guys can listen up for that. Working with Heptones as well. Listen up for those tracks coming up as well. And you can check him out in Woodstock. That's the grill, happening next month for Reggae Month in February. Lots in store for Brandon. It's going to be a name you'll remember. Brandon ROOTZ. Thank you very much for being here.
And I wanted to let the people know, because the ROOTZ, and actually Luciano helped me come up with the name. That's another story, but he helped me. He gave me the name, came up with Brandon ROOTZ. Yeah. But as I was looking it up, so it's the way it's spelled BRANDON, and then the ROOTZ part is spelled ROOTZ.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting people know that if they were decided, you know.
When they're searching, So look out for the ROOTZ with the Z at the end. Yeah, that's going to be Brandon ROOTZ. I want to thank you for joining us in studio. Continue doing great music. As soon as you finish the other projects, just send them our way. We get them out there to the streets of Jamaica. Yeah, man. Lots of things coming from Brandon ROOTZ. But trust me, we're going to take it out with this track, Blue Mountain, as the Rastaman walk down the hill. Give me a line from the song. I'll take it out. Here we go.
Many people try to come and take it all away. Hear the roaring thunder of the conquering lion. Run them all away. I said the blue mountains.